Hello and welcome to my food and fitness class. Today's topic is the best way to lose weight, to tone, and to get healthy. I appreciate your attending. My name is Andrea and I'll be guiding you through today's class. So I'm always curious, how did you hear about today's class and where are you joining in from? Please let me know in the comments. This just helps me to get an idea of how our community is growing throughout the world. Thank you so much for sharing. So a little bit about me. I'm calling in from Maryland, which is on the eastern coast of the United States, and I'm a wife and mother of 4. Now, each day, my family and I, we live with 12 healthy habits in order to enjoy a better quality of life and also to support the success of all that God calls us to do. And because these habits have been so transformative to our lives, I do my best to share guidance on how to both implement and stick with each of these healthy habits so that we can all live truly thriving lives together. So I'll share more about the other videos and workbooks, classes, and support groups that I offer throughout the week. But for now, I do want to go ahead and jump right into today's class. So our goal for today is to find out what could be stalling our fitness goals and to find out what could get you results. So while we're together today, we'll look at what diets could be part of the problem. We'll talk about some counterproductive exercises, how to avoid sabotaging your fitness goals, some habits to improve your bill of health, some effective exercises for weight loss, and how to see toning results. So as far as diets that are a part of the problem, any diets that still include high fat and high oily foods, things like, yes, processed meat substitutes, fried vegan foods, meat and dairy, yes, even the lean ones, diets like these can be a part of the problem because they replenish the fat that we were trying to burn. Of course, everyone says everything in moderation, but eating in so-called moderation, if it worked, then we'd all be fit and healthy by now. So we have to be honest with ourselves. As nice as it sounds, moderation may not be the thing. So now let's take a look at some exercises that are counterproductive. You would think that all exercises would be helping the situation, but too much high-impact exercises, like high-impact things like CrossFit, long marathons, they can be really hard on our joints, on our knees and our back. We're gonna need these joints when we get older. And the more high impact exercise, the greater the injury. So since it's gonna be harder to stay fit and active when we have an injury or if we have some aching joints, we want to make sure that we do what we can now to avoid that in the future. Then there's the opposite. There's the ultra low impact exercises, like lifting a 2-pound weight, or walking in a slow, strolling pace. Exercises like this, they just don't have enough intensity and weight to really be effective. There's also irregular exercise, which is basically getting a really good workout in once a week, but not really moving and being sedentary for the rest of the week. That's not gonna produce any noticeable results in any reasonable amount of time. So moving our bodies daily is what's best. Not necessarily going harder than gym, but living life to the fullest, moving around, going on walks in the midst of the day, and even dancing the night away. And especially dancing the night away, because dancing is a very good exercise. To avoid sabotaging your fitness goals, it's good to have your workout clothes ready, to have the clothes purchased and clean and where they need to be. So that's your workout clothes, but it's also good to have a wardrobe that you feel comfortable exercising and staying active in throughout the day. Because who's gonna really wanna take a walk in that tailored suit? Probably no one. So if you can, especially us ladies, consider trading the suit for a very professional, breathable dress that you can stay cool in the summer and get a nice, good walk in outside. It's also good to have good shoes ready, to have good walking shoes in place in your car, etc., so that whenever you see a really nice path, you can just go ahead and hop out the car or jump off the bus, whatever. Just have some nice, good washing shoes. You can have some nice, good footbed sandals in your purse in the bus, whatever it might be. Just make sure you're able to get a good walk in and move around whenever the opportunity presents itself. And let's be honest, we're gonna wanna have deodorant ready everywhere we go. Because when you're more active, you're gonna sweat, so you wanna have the deodorant ready and a sweat cloth ready, so that wherever you go, you can feel comfortable getting your exercise in and then you can freshen up after. So some really good habits to improve your bill of health are eating mostly plants, things like fruits, vegetables, grains, and legumes. That's because plants contain either no or zero cholesterol, salt, processed sugars, etc., things that could worsen things like heart disease and high blood pressure, diabetes, etc. And I talked more about that in the last class if you're interested. So another habit to improve your bill of health is living a fully active lifestyle. Not just on your walk at lunch, but also moving around all throughout the day. So making sure that you're standing, if you're able to, moving around while you're working, that you get off the couch and go and move about during the commercial breaks, that you're taking the stairs whenever possible and parking further away so that you have a little bit more of a walk. And especially taking time to turn on some good music and just dance for like an hour or so at night. So obviously toxic chemicals are not going to help our bill of health, so we want to avoid chemicals. Things like carcinogens, which are known to cause cancer, are in a ridiculous amount of the things that we eat and the skincare products that we use. That includes our cleaning products, our clothes, like the fabric itself, or the dyes, our household furniture. So I encourage you to take some time, do some research, and try to reduce the amount of chemicals that are on and around you so that you can reduce your chance of especially the environmentally caused, unnecessarily caused cancers. And of course, if you'd like more help with that, I do have a workbook and some classes for chemical-free products. So some effective exercises for weight loss. Walking is actually a really good one, especially when you make it a very brisk walk and make it a regular part of your daily activities. I say activities, not just once, but several walks a day. Also, instead of going to a restaurant or sitting down in the sedentary movie theaters, try going for a hike. Hikes on paved roads or on dirt roads can be really good exercise. Hikes on paved roads and on dirt roads can be very good exercise, and they're just really good and very uplifting to just be out in nature. There's also interval training. This is basically just a fancy term for a pattern of high and low intensity exercise. So it could be a back and forth between walking and jogging, or it could be going between jogging and running, or it could be between running and sprinting, or it could be between strolling and a brisk walk. So interval training burns more calories per hour than a consistently median level workout. And more calories burned means that we're actually taking time to use up that fatty fuel that our bodies naturally store up, and they have now a chance to be used. Calisthenics. Calisthenics is another fancy word. It just means that we're using our own body weight for resistance when doing strength training exercises. So that means things like push-ups, squats, you can do pull-ups at a playground, things like that. So if you're trying to tone and you want to see toning results, chances are you already have great toning results. But it might be that all those amazing results are just hiding underneath of a little bit of fluff. So the best way to see toning in your core, your biceps, your thighs, whatever it might be, is to lose more of the layer of weight that's on top. And by eating mostly plants and staying very active throughout the entire day, you can burn off the fluff and you can finally see your results. So you may have noticed earlier that I said that my family and I, we live with 12 healthy habits in order to enjoy a better quality of life. So then healthy food and fitness is just one of the 12. We embrace all these healthy habits so that we can have less bad habits to sabotage our efforts to obey God, and more good habits to support our success as we live to do all that Yahweh called us to do. So for all these healthy habits, I offer guidance via workbooks, videos, classes, and support groups to help you to both implement and stick with each habit. So if you're ready to lose weight and get toned and healthy, or if you just want to be able to have more guidance with the other 12 healthy habits, just know that I'm here to guide you, and you can find more details on my website, which is trulythrivinglives.org. All right, so I'd love to know, how did you enjoy today's class, and what questions do you have for me? You can let me know in the comments below, or if you'd like, you can save your questions for a support group or for coaching. Either way, I very much look forward to supporting you along your journey. All right, thanks again for attending, and I hope you have a blessed day.